7-day challenge. Day 2. Peace. Day 2. Say what's up if you're here. Did you do the video yesterday? Did you see that one? I'm back here in our art studio tonight, and my people are outside, and they might come in here in a minute, so if it gets kind of noisy for a second, you'll know why. But anyway, we can chat. Say what's up. There's one of them right there. Yeah, I don't know what you're doing. What's up? Oh my goodness. I'm doing a video. It'll only take me a few minutes. Yeah. So, what are we doing? Day 2. First day was the mindset part of it. First part. Day 1. So yeah, if you saw that video, fantastic. If you did not see that video, that's okay too. You can go back and watch it. What's up, Michelle? I'm gonna give you a wig. Sorry, I was a little distracted for a second. I had people walking around. But yeah, so if you didn't see that video, go back and watch it. If you did, that's totally awesome. But what you gotta do is today for the challenge, go back to yesterday, get out a piece of paper, and write down exactly why you're doing this challenge, what the reason is you're doing this challenge, what the reason you want to be here for, what you want to change, what you want to shift in your life, what is not working for you, what you want to improve. If things are feeling pretty good but you want to improve it, write that down. And then write down that you are aware that it is a choice, that you have a choice in everything you do, that you can make a decision, that you can choose something different if something's not working. And even if you don't believe that it's you, you know, I for a long time thought that in a lot of things. I was like, man, there's this, and man, there's that, and I was like, these people are crazy. And then I realized, wait a minute, no, Cheryl, it's you. You know, I had to shift some stuff. I had to move some stuff. So, if you're here tonight, say what's up, say hello, get your paper out, get your pencil, and let's get to it. And that's the first part of it. So while you're getting your pencil and paper, yeah, for real, write down exactly why you're here, what you want to do, what you want to accomplish, and that you are aware. Say, I literally write that down. I am aware that I make my choices. Only I can make my choices. Because nobody else can make your choices at all. I mean, you can be persuaded by people, you can be influenced by people, you can be encouraged, but now you're making your choices in life, even if you didn't initially start your beliefs. So you have to be aware of that. So if you write it down, at least for the 7 days you're committing. And the other part of that challenge yesterday was to stay off social media, to stay off like random social media, you know, all the like news feed and just stuff, you know, just, oh my goodness, I got epoxy on my hands. I'm gonna have to show you that cool table I did earlier too. It's sweet. But anyway, who's here? What's up, Melissa? I'm gonna give you a wave. Oh no, what happened? You wanna do wave? There we go. What's up? Say what's up. I can't see your comments. They take a while to show up, so I can't see any comments. But say what's up. Tell me what you're doing. I mean, not tell me what you're doing right now, but you know, like, hey, oh man, I got sticky stuff all over my hands. Now I touched the table. So anyway, so that was the second part, was to stay off general social media and news, just like your news stations, your general news, like cable news, regular news, whatever it is, just for a week. Stay off. Just don't do it. Don't get up, turn on the news, don't get on social media, regular feed. Just stay off of it for like a week. Because like I told you yesterday, I want your attention. I want to try and persuade your mind and make you consider your beliefs, consider what you're thinking about, consider what you're doing. So I want your full attention. And if, you know, they're like this all loud in your face, I don't know how loud I can be, because I'm not going to scream at you. I'm just going to show up here in this group every night for this challenge. Those were the two things from yesterday. So you got to write that down too. Write it down on that paper that, yep, I'm gonna do my very best to stay off of social media as far as like general feed social media. If you have groups you love that are beneficial, go in them, but not just general social media. Okay, and so then today that's for yesterday. So if you're here again, say what up. Let's see. What's today? Oh yeah, today. So today is faith and spirituality. And for me anyway, I believe that faith and spirituality is a set of, it's our personal beliefs, our inner stance, our inside, what we believe, what we make our choices from, kind of like what guides us every day, what leads us every day. And so a lot of times we have like this installed set of beliefs and ways or ideas or whatever it is that we kind of operate from. We make all of our choices from, our decisions from. It's how we feel. So we have this faith about us and our spirituality, but sometimes that's there because of other people and their belief systems and their ways of doing things and their influences that they've had throughout their life, whether it's been in other systems in schools, whether it's been like family members. I keep wanting to lean on the table and there's epoxy on here, so it's like stop. Depending on what it's been, there's been all these different belief systems, and so this is what has influenced a lot of us and how we live our lives and what we do and how we make our choices, we make our decisions, and so it often affects also our belief system as far as our faith and spirituality, and that is absolutely affected by other people in our lives that we're around and we spend time with and that we grew up with and that we were influenced by, especially when we were young, when we were really little, before we started consciously making these choices and decisions for ourselves. Somebody else was doing it for us. They were saying, hey, you should do this way because this. Or maybe they weren't saying it. They were just saying, hey, you have to, otherwise this is going to happen, like in a punishment sort of way, or discipline. Either one. I mean, there can be punishment, which is horrible, I think. And then there's discipline, which I think is necessary. It's absolutely necessary for all humans to have discipline in life, in a lot of different ways. But punishment sucks, it's really horrible. We had a lot of punishment growing up, and it sucked, man. I was so mad and angry from all the punishment rather than the discipline. And then when I did have discipline from certain people in my life, especially like my grandpa really was a disciplined person, but he didn't really explain a lot of the lesson, and I didn't understand it. And even when I did, it just made me angry because I had a lot of lack of discipline in other areas and just punishment that I was already mad about, so it just creates problems. So we have to have our own. Oh, what's up? Who's here? Hi, Mitzi. I'm gonna give you a wave too. So we have to have our own set of beliefs. We have to have our own belief system, our own ways of doing things, and if our life is in conflict, it's usually because we're going about things or doing things or practicing ways that somebody else taught us that just don't kind of jive for us, and you gotta find your own way, or it's like sandpaper all the time, there's like this grip. What's up? So there's like this, you guys are fine. What? There's like this, like edginess to life always, or this problem with life always when you don't know your own ways of doing things, or your own beliefs, or your own system, because you haven't spent the time to discover it or think about it, and that sounds crazy. It's like, what do you mean? I don't know. What do you mean? Oh, what's up, Jesse? Sorry, it's hard to see sometimes. I'm gonna give you a wave too. But yeah, I used to be like, nah, I know what I'm doing. I know what the fuck I'm doing, okay? So, and I was like real defensive, you know, ever since I was really young. And I'll tell you a story a little bit. When I was 15, I got pregnant with my oldest son, who's now like 24. But yeah, I got pregnant with him when I was 15. So it was like 16 and a half when I had him. But, you know, from the time I got pregnant with him, which was totally not my plan, I wasn't, you know, doing all this crazy, wild stuff that it was like, oh, no, come on, no wonder you got pregnant. I mean, it was kind of like that, but not like that, you know. But I did. I got pregnant. I had sex a couple of times, and then it was like, what? What do you mean I'm pregnant? I didn't even really like, okay. I was like, holy crap, the baby's happening easy. You know, I was just like, whoa. And there's a whole funny, really actually kind of funny story with all that. But anyway, it was crazy, you know, and it was a case of so many people telling me what I had to do or what I should do or what I couldn't do, you know what I mean? Like, you know what it's going to be like, or you know what you should do, or this and that. And I felt like I was like, no, that's not what I'm going to do, and no, that's not going to happen, and no, I'm not going to choose that, and you know, I was so defensive that I just was like, and I put up all these walls and these, you know, barriers between me and other people, and I was just really resistant, and it took me a long time to learn a lot of stuff, and I had a lot of heartaches along the way, but it's so much better now. It's so much better now. But it was because I was going after and doing things in a way that I had been like plugged into, you know, as a kid. It was not in like a focused, like centered, totally there kind of way, because like I said, my family did it one way at home, and then like I spent a lot of time with my grandparents and they did it differently, and then there was a lot of time spent with not a lot of influence from anybody. It was just like exploring, you know, me and my brother especially exploring, or friends or whatever, and so there was a lot of stuff that went on, and so I had all these installed beliefs from the discipline or the punishment I had as a kid, but I didn't understand it, and so my life this way and trying to orchestrate things this way, and it just didn't work. So I had to find my own way. I had to find my own faith. I had to find my own beliefs. I had to find my own belief system, and that's what spirituality and faith is to me. It's deciding what I believe, what really counts up, what really matters, what really is important, and that's where I place my faith, and that's where I place, you know, my decisions and choices. Thomas, stop, man! I'll let you out in a minute, yo. So he's like so impatient. So that's where I put it in, and that's what faith and spirituality for me is. And what's up, girls?
What's up?
And you have to have your own, otherwise it doesn't ever work. And once you do, then you know you can make a mesh up and you make it work. So that would be the second part of the 7-day or the 7-way challenge would be the faith and spirituality side of it, and deciding that. And so you have to take and ask yourself some questions. You have to ask yourself, you know, what do you believe and why do you believe it? Is it your belief, or is it just something somebody like literally kind of tried to cram down your throat when you were young, or you just kind of grew up doing it and you're like, oh wow, I don't know why I'm doing or believing what I'm believing. I just kind of am, you know. And there's no shame in the game, none. There's no shame in that. For a long time, I like that defensiveness and that like aggressiveness. You know, I was defensive because I was like, hey, I don't want to feel like I'm less than because I don't know, or I don't want somebody to think I'm stupid, or I picked the wrong way or wrong choice. It was just, you know, I didn't know. And so there is no shame in it. There's no, if you're like, holy crap, why am I doing what I'm doing? This is not working out, you know? It's like, because something's off. You're doing something off. Something's not measuring up for you, and it's because maybe somebody else influenced you, and you just were never asked, maybe, even by yourself, you know, like, why am I doing this way? So you have to ask yourself about your beliefs and your belief system and why you do what you do, and really spend some time thinking about it, because it filters into everything. And if you have children and partnership with somebody, it filters into it so much, because certain beliefs believe that, you should spank and beat and hit and harm children in order to teach them, and other beliefs are like, no, I don't believe that at all. And I'm going to tell you, I've been on both sides of the fence, and it's like, as a kid, I was never beaten and never hit and never touched in a harmful physical way from like my grandparents, but I was definitely disciplined. But from my parents, it was definitely physical discipline, like very harsh physical punishment. And so I've been on that side. And then with my own children growing up, or having my own kids, I've done both. I've physically spanked my own children when they were little, and then was like, why am I doing this? So that was one of those ways where I was like, this just feels so off to me. It feels so wrong. It just doesn't. If somebody else wants to do it, and that's their choices, I'm not here to tell you, but I know there's better ways because I have been on both sides of it, and I don't do that with my children, and I haven't done it with most of my children. It was my first child. I was just like, what? Well, this is what I was taught, and I haven't done it with the rest of them. And there's no disciplinary issues. They're disciplined humans, they are disciplined. They take care of themselves, and they're teenagers, but they still live in the same house with me, but they're disciplined humans. They're not irresponsible, but I don't have to punish them, and I don't have to order them around. I don't have to tell them what to do all the time because, they know they're disciplined humans. So there's other ways of doing things, is what I'm saying. So you have to find your own way, your own spirituality, your own beliefs, your own way. Dorothy, now it's the other one. And so that's for today. So I want you to, on that paper, and get another piece of paper out for today, and write down, and ask yourself some questions like, what do you believe, and why do you believe what you believe, and what do you want to believe? Because that's exactly it. You believe what you believe because somebody pumped some stuff into your brain when you were small and little, like before 7 years old. Because that's when it happens for all of us, before 7. I mean, all of us. And so you believe what you believe because that belief has been reiterated, and you've been doing that thing, and you've been refocusing and behaving and choosing in the way of those beliefs. And it's like, so if you want to shift your life, you want to shift your reality, you want to shift the way that you experience everything, is then choose and decide how you want to feel. Dorothy, stop. Decide who you want to be. Decide what beliefs you like. If you have friends or relatives or people you don't even know, most of the people I've picked up the beliefs and the ways I want to be and the ways I've learned to practice being. Dorothy, stop. Wait a second. Is because literally, I've looked at other people. 1 second. I gotta let the dog. Sorry about that. I was letting Dorothy out. Oh, what's up? Your people, Kayla. So yeah, I let her outside. Yeah. So literally, saying? Dog threw me off here. Yeah. Oh, if you decide who and what you want to be, you can be it. It's like athletes. That weren't athletes always, or Olympic stars that weren't Olympic stars always, or actors that weren't actors always. It's like they chose to be something, and they decided to be something. They decided what it took, or they found out what it took, or they followed somebody that took what it took, or they displayed it so they could do that to be that version of a person that they want to be. And it's like, that's what we all are. We're versions of some reality that has been manifested here through our minds. So you have the power to transform your reality and shift it and change it and make it something completely different in a short period of time, depending on the level of commitment you're ready to give and want to give and are gonna give. And if you commit, man, you can shift your entire life in no time. So that fan's. So anyway, yeah, for real. So do that work, do the homework, commit to it. It's just 7 days. no surfing the internet, no watching news. Don't do it. Just say no. Say no. It's a drug. So there you go. Say no to drugs. And decide and write down why you're doing this. Decide you're going to make a choice to shift your life, to shift your reality, to make it what you want it to be, to live the life you want to live, so you can love it. So that's day 1. Day 2 is the spirituality and faith. You know, ask yourself some questions. Why you believe what you believe, you know, and what do you want to believe? Do you want to believe what everything has been telling you forever, and all the crazy, and all the this, and all the that, and whatever it is? I don't know. It's different for all of us. You know, you can watch a documentary about the other side of the country or the world from here, from where I live, and it's like, wow, that's how they do stuff. So I don't know what it is for you, but you have to ask yourself those questions. You know, and just ask yourself, why do I believe what I believe? Why am I doing what I'm doing? Do I want it differently? Is it working for me? You know, because I'm going to tell you something. Suffering is a choice. Because we can ultimately always choose not to suffer, even if only in our minds. If we're like, you know, no, because the way we feel is a mind-based activity. So, I mean, there's a difference. There's a separation of mind and body. And so, once we understand the director of the ship, then it works out better. So, there you go. Ask yourself those questions. Why you believe what you believe, and do you really believe it? Or are you just doing it, and that's the struggle. That's the struggle that you're suffering right now, you know? And if you don't like it, and you want to shift it, and you want to change, and you want to make it different, you have to just make the choice. And then shift the choices and behaviors and activities to get the reality you want to have and the one you want to create. So, anyhow, there you have it. Day 2. All right, day 1, day 2. Do the work. Show up. Do it. I'd love to hear it. Tell me. Send me a private message if you're not comfortable posting it. But if you want to post it in the group, I urge you. I ask you. I invite you to do exactly that. Post it in the group. Post it. Tell us why you're here, what you're doing, and not here like in the group. I mean, that's cool. You can tell us why you're in the group, but like, tell us why you're here on Earth. What are you doing? Why do you believe what you believe? You know, who are you? So do that stuff. Tell us this stuff if you want to. Let us know. And if you got questions about faith and spirituality, ask them. Somebody in the group can probably answer. I've probably got a bunch of answers for you, but I'm sure there's plenty in the group that have contributions as well. So let's start a conversation. Anyhow, I'm going to go. I'm going to finish my epoxy. I have a table. Maybe I'll do a thing and show you guys, but it's been fun. But man, that's a lot of epoxy, and I think I need to add some more. So, yeah, I'm going to go. But anyhow, have an awesome evening. Decide that the choices are all yours, and you're going to make them. And ask yourself what you believe and why you believe it. The more you know why, and the clearer you are, the easier it is to put forth the time and effort and attention and alignment and everything it takes to make it all line up and work. So, yeah. Alrighty. I will see ya tomorrow. Peace out.